Hello everybody. Those of you who have watched a couple of our latest or recent videos on small-scale mud carp, Serenus microlepis, and might have read the comments below, I should tell you that I found the comments by Adrian with an H. Adrian was, I think, pretty helpful in his suggestions to try and feed this fish smaller and softer feeds, such as ground up or softened pellets, tenderized fish meat or flakes, etc. Because this worked for his red-tailed shark, which he had a similar problem with, where the red-tailed shark was feeding off the slime of other fish, just like our mud carp did, in 25,000 gallons. And then when he stopped that and transferred the fish into a different tank, it stopped feeding until he thought of changing the diet the way I described, or he described. So we're gonna catch it out. I can't do this experiment in this tank because there are tank mates that will either waste this food or not let it partake of it. So I'm gonna have to take out the Serenus microlepis out of here and put it in the quarantine tank for now and try it there and see what happens. I will report, of course, the progress or the lack thereof. This fish is pretty thin, almost like skeletal. You can see its skeleton, so it's been underfeeding. Anyhow, if you want to know all the details, you have to watch those other two videos I've mentioned, or read our thread on Monster Fish Keepers on this fish. It's been a problem feeder for us ever since we took it out of the 25,000 gallons. It's about 3 years old and maybe tip to tip about 14-16 inches, but it's very thin. I would say it's approaching emaciation if it's not there already. So this is our quarantine tank. I'm gonna keep the fish here and offer her the pellets, softened pellets or crumbled pellets, as well as mashed fish, and see what happens. It does feed somewhat on glass minnows, as I said in the prior videos, but even those takes a while for it to mouth them and then swallow, and we don't have glass minnows availability year-round here anyway. So this is not easy for us to consistently give it glass minnows. In the wild, again, the only things that I know of, it may eat other things, but the ones I know of are big leafy plants, phytoplankton, and insects. That's what it seems to, not seems to, but this is what has been reported. It feeds in the flooded plains. I don't know what it takes. That's when the rivers overflow and flood plains and forests. I don't know what it eats in the dry season when it has to return into the main river. I haven't found any description of its diet in the river yet. But even with the insects, I think it's probably larvae. It's probably something small. It's not like big grasshoppers or I don't know, big larvae of dragonflies or water beetles or anything else like this. It may be, but I doubt it. I think it's little larvae. And it doesn't eat algae. At least not that I've seen it, and not that I've read that this fish feeds on algae. It's not a grazer. Anyhow, we're gonna do as I said, and we'll report later what happens.